But they have some veggies.
See, what I want is, I've always dreamed about this, and I think it can exist. I think it's a viable business. Like a fast food restaurant that optimizes, they need to optimize for these two things. Like health, like legitimate healthy ingredients, and just like cheapness. Or like being a cheaper price. So like
What
if
is
you
cheap
go
now though? I've been thinking about this.
You can-
what
no,
is
you-
considered cheap now? That's a whole nother topic. I
that
know,
is a whole.
but-
It depends on where you live. It really does. But generally, if you go get a salad at almost any place, the salad's going to be more expensive than a lot of the other items that you can
like a
get
fast
at a lot
food
of other
salad.
places.
Have you ever had a fast food salad?
I certainly have, and it's terrible.
Are they great?
No.
Do they taste like the pictures?
They're overpriced, and
It's all like soggy.
it's
Usually.
all soggy. But if you had something, I'm talking simple ingredients. I'm talking like black beans with rice, with maybe a little bit of protein, or maybe just like some other veggies in there, some carrots, some I don't know, just like
Isn't there a
simple
vegan
ingredient
fast food?
recipes. But see, even the
Amy's or
vegan
something like
fast
that?
food, like it's probably I don't know, just
I'm looking it up.
a bunch of carbs and sugar and oils. And I don't know, man. I'm not a health expert. I just, like simple ingredients delivered to you simply and easily. Like, I think a lot of people would.
Amy's drive-through. Sorry, I had to look it up.
Amy's drive-thru.
Yeah.
Okay. I used to have Amy's. See, something like that could exist, but I know that Amy's is going to be, like, not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man.
Here's your palm-sized
just a
burger
dreamer.
for $8.75.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Is that cheap now?
No, not to me.
Not to me, but is it? Are we even in the bracket now of being normal consumers? That's kind of what I was talking about earlier too.
No, dude, I'm a mega consumer. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't spend that much money like on food, fast food. I don't buy clothes anymore. I haven't bought clothes in years.
I haven't either, but I've been.
It kind of sucks. Well, actually, I bought merch. I bought like random
I haven't even bought merch in a
band
while.
merch.
But I haven't bought enough clothes recently because I've been trying to look fly, as they say, and update my wardrobe, Go to Goodwill.
Yeah.
But COVID, I'm really like actually kind of scared of that for some reason, or just I notice how things can be dirty. I guess I could just wash everything.
Yeah. Don't stick your hand in your eyes. Yeah. that's the thing that you do.
Well, there's the name of the episode.
Yeah. No. Oh man, that's dumb.
I wish I could stick my hand in my eyes. Back of my eyeballs itch
Really?
so bad.
Can you like roll your eyes
They
back
don't
behind
itch.
on your head? I wonder if people in the like medieval ages thought you were like a witch if you did that.
There was just one little boy that would scare his other like siblings. He'd just be like,
And then like one day a guard
saw him
and
doing
was
it.
like,
burn this witch.
yeah. That's not funny though. Probably really happened. Except
I'm not saying it's
not
funny.
except not really because
Are you saying it's funny?
There weren't temple guards that were. I've been playing The Witcher. 3,
Oh, it's a
that's
sensitive
what I'm thinking
subject.
about.
Then.
Yeah. Been thinking about all of those things. But yeah, man, I'm not much of a consumer.
I think I am.
Really trying to opt out.
I think I've been hating myself for a long time.
Because of it?
Inadvertently. No, inadvertently. I've been like, man, I can't stand consumers, and then I'm eating a chicken fried sandwich with macaroni on it in my car, burning gas that I bought.
Yeah. I mean, don't beat yourself up. But
No, it's just more of a joke, but
but it's true that when a lot of times outward judgments that you impose
Oh,
on
yeah,
other
no,
people
for
are
sure.
like actually judgments about yourself.
You notice that really
No one
fast when you write lyrics. Everything I've been writing about, I'm just like, I do all this shit.
Yeah.
But I also see other people do it. And I mean, it just further proves that we're all equal at the end of the day. And we're all, I don't know, like we all have the same type of faults and the same type of pros and cons. And our mind is similar to other people, no matter how distant or like unrelating we feel to people. There's always something that, for me at least, I'm always like, man, I hate it when people do this, and then I'm like, I do that.
Yeah, but all like good art is vulnerable in that the artist, like a good artist that you admire, that you like, is someone who's vulnerable and honest and not pretending to be so great or so wise or whatever.
Yeah.
But the wisdom comes from experience, or it comes from like genuine reflection and genuine revealing of vulnerabilities and stuff like that. And people respond to that. And really, that's a natural leadership quality. Like people look to leaders to be like that. Like the classic leader, like people think of leaders as like power hungry, which sadly our system has promoted a lot of power hungry leaders. But like how leaders, at least from my understanding, which is not that much, how leaders came to like evolve in the early human primate selection process was kind of like the type of persona where the best leader is the guy that doesn't want to be a leader.
Yeah.
Or the best leader is the person that, maybe doesn't want to step up, but ends up on their own will, like stepping into situations and helping out and just being involved. And then the people that independently choose them to be the leader. Like they want to be led by that person. And like those are the like classic leadership qualities that I don't know that you consider, and these aren't just Western ideas. These are ideas that are talked about throughout history, like
or inadvertently
classic just virtues.
They exist and people don't even realize it.
Yeah. And it'd be cool. Like we need leaders like that.
It would be sick
thought,
to have a leader that doesn't want to be the leader, but it's just like everyone's like
is recruited.
Yeah, they're just like, it just makes sense. It would be nice for once to have a leader that people are just like, yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, there was a campaign this year called Unity 2020. Last year. Unity 2020 that was like trying to basically recruit a center of left and center of right candidate to run as a package, and then basically coin flip which one is president, which one is VP. And they're trying to just like basically get out of the Trump versus Biden scenario.
Sick.
And obviously that didn't work. But it's a cool idea. Just people who are like maybe known but respected center of the right, like Republican, but not super right, but also has some like left-leaning ideas and will vote on the other side from time to time. And then the same person from the left, like two people that can talk across the aisles, because you need both sides of the scale. But it's a fun idea. Like, yay, we're gonna everything will be balanced, but
No more Trump versus Biden.
Yeah, we're instead it's just like it's a big monkey pyramid, like, and they're all fighting each other and just like barking and biting each other, and
which I think we've definitely covered that a lot too. Like, I mean, and it's hard not to, because it's just everywhere you look. Just examples of it, or people even talking about that. Yeah, the people. I don't know, man. Yeah.
But okay, well, here was the optimistic thing I was going to say is like,
go for it.
Even though it hasn't thus far quite embodied this completely, like I just think that open communication, not necessarily social media, but open communication in general, will make open environments where we can find these people and recruit these people and like upvote and up-regulate these people in the algorithms and all of those things.
Yeah.
Hopefully people...
Should algorithms, though... I was thinking about this the
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We could go for hours about this. This is actually something we could talk about in the future. But should algorithms even exist in a political anything? Should algorithms just stick to consumer...
Pass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
puff pass
Yeah.
on that one. We can definitely get into that at some point.
Yeah.
But
I'll write it down.
you know,
writing
I'm
it down.
chilling, man. I'm feeling good. I'm in a
feeling
good
pretty
mood.
good too, yeah.
The sun is shining.
It's a nice Saturday.
It is a nice Saturday. It's good. It's good to be with
It's
you
good
here.
to be here. Yeah. It's good to
Yeah.
sit down,
The weather.
chat.
You know, this is the first time that we haven't prepared anything at all.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So,
true.
It's pretty cool. We're just
30 minutes in. I kind of lost track of time. Earlier I looked, it was 10 minutes.
Hey, you don't know when we're going to cut in for the actual episode, though, so
That's true.
it might not be
Yeah.
what the listeners are hearing.
Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to maybe keep in the chicken fried sandwich. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it sounds like.
No, dude, you got me thinking now. You know, like my guilty pleasure, like actually the fast food I eat, like once a week. My guilty
Okay, yeah.
pleasure
What is your top? We're not gonna do 3. We're not gonna do 3.
No, we're
just
not.
top 2. Like you have your guilty pleasure that you're like, this is my go-to, or then a backup. Like say they're closed, or say they don't have what you want, or say you're just not feeling it. What is then?
Dude, do you know it's Cane's and Taco Bell?
Hell
I
yeah.
already know what it is. But, you know, fast food is over. You know, I'm disappointed in fast food. Like, we need to have fast food innovation, whereas there needs to be more different variations and iterations on fast food. Like I was saying earlier, where's the healthy fast food? Where's the, you know, like all the fast food is made of the same stuff. Like, where's
Yeah.
the different ingredients? Where's the new players stepping into the ring? I don't like the way the game looks. It looks rigged, you know?
Probably at the
I don't wanna
grocery store.
participate.
It's probably at the grocery store.
The grocery store
It's probably the
It is a monopoly, okay? It's
So then what do? Do we grow our own food? Can we grow our own fast food? If I could grow McDonald's French fries, I'd die in a week.
you can. It just takes a long time, and then you gotta make them into the French fries.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I cook at home a lot more, and I think
See,
I
I
think that's it.
haven't been. I've also just been eating food from work.
see now that we live in the time of podcasts, it's such a good time, and audiobooks in general, and other types of media that
It's
is
a good
hands-free.
time to what? Oh,
To just
eat
build a
fast
cooking
food?
slash, you know, it makes it
The
easier to
opposite.
build like a good like cooking or cleaning habit to have.
Oh yeah.
I guess podcasts to listen to, podcasts that you enjoy,
Yeah.
and maybe you're even learning something along the way. Probably not if you're listening to this, but
No, I mean no. No.
but yeah, that's how I feel about that. What were we talking about?
I don't even remember. I think we keep getting back to fast
I keep
food.
on getting distracted. We're watching. It's not on the screen. It's behind the camera, but there's just like old timey cartoons.
Yeah, black and white. There's 5 devils riding. See,
Imagine-
explaining this. Well, okay, they're firemen. And they're fire devils, and they caught a house on fire, but they were using a hose. Like they
And
were
the
putting-
hose was a snake.
Yeah, and Betty Boop is dancing. I think they're in hell.
Yeah,
Betty
that's
Boop
that's
in hell.
badass.
Betty Boop goes to hell. Episode
See, they
87.
couldn't do that nowadays.
You don't think so?
Betty Boop.
No,
goes
that's
to
not
hell.
true. I saw a commercial the other day for a dating app that, dude, I
Was
want
it called Betty Boop?
Dude, no. Worse. I hated it so much.
Oh, okay.
It shows the devil swiping on this dating app. He's huge, dressed, red dude, big, giant, goat like legs,
Like
huge
he's-
horns, and
he's
he's sitting
buff.
there like using it, and then the name pops up on one of the people. 2020. Swipes right. They meet in
What?
person. They go on a date. It's this woman named 2020. And then at the end of it, they say something like, "We're a match made in hell or heaven." I can't remember which one. And that was the ad. And I like proceeded to punch my fucking computer screen.
Dude,
So
the
that is
ads-
not pretty far off. Betty Boop in Hell is what I was getting at.
Yeah, no, I mean the ads, they have to get crazier,
Dude,
and more attention grabbing,
I
and they
hope-
want to offend you.
I hope ads change. That wasn't offensive. It was corny. It was bad.
No, but it makes you emotionally react. That's what I mean.
No,
by
that's
that.
true.
Like they want ads that make you emotionally react because you're more likely to stay.
They
on
want
them.
me to think it's shitty.
Well, an ad that wouldn't at all catch your attention, you would keep on scrolling.
I
past it.
don't have a choice.
Oh yeah, if it's
Yeah.
like before you're watching a video or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
No, that's true. In
But
that
it's like
case, you
how
don't have
much
a
are
choice,
they?
but-
How much are they actually like doing anything by making the person just be like, "This is so dumb. I'm not even going to use this product." I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just feel like people try and make ads super relevant, and I guess that's the point. But
See, don't underestimate the ads because they've got the analytics and
that's true.
they've got some kind of strategy.
Mhm.
Like they've got numbers and they're always tweaking and making new iterations of ads and seeing what grabs attention. So seemingly they
it's
know
more
what works.
sad. I think that they're trying to associate 2020 with the devil. Like it's such the worst year in history. It's the worst year in human history. Like
Yeah.
nothing, no other year can top 2020. Apparently, maybe we shouldn't even get into that.
We shouldn't. But honestly, I forgot what I was gonna say.
My bad.
Now I'm watching this Betty Boop cartoon again. Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Now they're out of hell.
See, it's who had the idea first that like I'm gonna draw a picture of a like little character and then another picture of him in a slightly different position and then another one in a slightly different position, and if I flip them together, I can like make an animation or like
Like
a
who
motion.
thought of that?
Yeah, like what like. For one, who originally discovered that? Because I have a feeling that was discovered maybe thousands of years ago in various
Different
forms.
yeah, cave.
But then
walls
it's
and
like,
shit.
then who had the idea of like, okay, I'm gonna fucking do it. Like we're gonna make a whole video. Like
with voices.
like how
Well, this-
unscalable and like that just seems like a losing game from the start. You're like, okay, so we've got to draw every picture. Every picture has to look the same, except for the slight variation of movement, which we want to control. Those movements in sequence have to look fluid, even though you're going to be drawing them as static individual pieces. You're going to have to draw hundreds, because we need at least to have, I don't know, how many frames a second do you think these are? 20, 30
I have
frames?
no idea. All I
60?
do know is that that's why Cuphead, that video game,
Cuphead, yeah.
was so fucking hard or amazing / amazing. Like,
Did they
because,
hand draw?
yeah,
Wow.
every frame was like hand drawn, and that's why you can't really like. There are certain ways you can speed run it, and like, but you can't really do a lot of like glitches, like because it's
Oh.
all hand drawn like frames. You can do some of them, but it's not like other speed running games. If that makes
Yeah.
like platformers, at least. There's something to it. I don't know too much. I don't want to get that
That's
deep
crazy.
into it and say something that I don't know about. But
No, I mean, and you know, plenty of big shows, cartoons, like Adventure Time. I don't know. A lot of them are partially computer graphics and stuff like that, but still, there's a lot of talent, and it's just a huge endeavor. It's an
and
amazing art.
It's funny that cartoons you can get away with more, like especially comedy cartoons. You can get away with so much more because it's not real people, like content wise. It
Yeah.
seems like, and
It's
that
less offensive.
that's always
for some
like
reason.
blows my mind. I don't get it. Like
Yeah.
I do get it, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's because it's not a certain person saying it,
Yeah, and you know, in each
quote unquote, certain person. But it
Yeah.
is a certain person.
we hold a certain like what would you call it? Holiness or just purity? Not purity, but just it's just a certain holiness to like people where we don't want to blatantly see content of people dying, or we don't want to see like violence against other humans, or we don't want to see depictions of violence against children or something like that. Like,
but when
there's just certain these invisible barriers, these invisible walls. It's just like, oh, that's in bad taste. But then in cartoons, you can break those rules in certain ways in certain places, like with little cute animals and stuff like that. Okay, but what that makes me think of is like with video games, like old video games used to, I don't know, video games are weird because they had the same effect where it was like, it doesn't look enough like real people. Like you start with 2D games and 2D game violence. You blow up a guy's head in 2D and it's like, it's a 2D pixel guy with fake blood. Like it's not a big deal. And you know, that almost like sneaks in the violence. And now we have video games with such realistic depictions of people and depictions of violence. Like if you've played, well, I guess Doom isn't even a good example because Doom, you're shooting monsters and like super big demons.
I wish
like,
it was realistic.
The Last of Us 2, like I played some of that, and that game is like brutal. Like you're running up on people with like a machete, and it's like super real.
Yeah,
and it's just like you're a 22-year-old girl and you just ran up on like a 36-year-old lady and you have a baseball bat. And now you're going to bash her brains in. And you're like, wow, that just happened. And it's like, that would, if you were going to show that on TV, that would have to.
Yeah,
and like the how it's one consistent shot and it shows every bit of it. And I don't know, it's just like, it's weird where some stuff just kind of flies by and other stuff like society will make a whole upheaval about it. And yeah, video games, and then video game sex too. Like, there's plenty of that in games that just get, and it just has an M rating. All of it, it's just like rated M for mature. But you know, people will always, in the arts in general, people will always want to push the boundaries on every boundary, on the side of sex, on the side of violence, on the side of, you know, or even like monotony or trippiness or like not making sense. Like people want to push the boundaries. And,
it's cool to see movies start doing that too. They're not like sticking with the traditional Hollywood standard anymore. Like more independent films coming out and like, I don't know, movies that really push that same envelope. Like they're not coming from big Hollywood production anymore. Like the really thought-provoking, like it's cool to see that too.
Yeah, and like, even though Netflix is kind of just becoming the new Hollywood, it's just like a new central.
I don't even like Netflix movies though. I'm not even including them.
Not even talking about Netflix movies per se, but just platforms like Netflix. Yeah. Like they allow more experimentation to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and a Netflix show that I do really like, that I'm now totally forgetting the name of, Duncan Trussell's animated show.
Oh yeah. Well, there are a few. There are definitely a few good Netflix shows or movies, but there's definitely like a type of Netflix. Like I don't know. You can tell when it's a Netflix made thing with some of them, if that makes sense.
Midnight Gospel. That's what's
Midnight
called.
Gospel. God. Yeah.
That's
a great
crazy. Yeah, and I love that show.
I couldn't finish that last episode.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to spoil anything. I mean, you should watch it if it's been out for so long that
it's a show that it's just like so strange that it wouldn't have made it on. I don't know. Like you have to take a
that would have been on like Adult
to
Swim
put that
or
show.
Some shit.
Yeah, that's true. Adult Swim was another network or platform, whatever that kind of had a lot of experiments like that. We're willing to roll the dice on really strange ideas. And it's cool. You need those entities to exist to let the artists push the edge and make those experiments to see, can I break the rules and have it resonate with people? Because like when that happens, that's when you like redefine an art. When you break a mainstay rule but then you make it mainstream that you have broken that rule and like people accept it almost, or mainstream in your particular domain, however big that is. And
dude, I hope there's still kids that were around my age when I first discovered like Adult Swim. I still hope that happens for like, you know, you're like 12 or like 11, maybe older or younger, and you're just seeing like Aqua Teen Hunger Force for the first time, or you're seeing like something like Metalocalypse, or I don't know, just any of those shows, and it's super late at night, or you're on some weird part of the internet. I hope that still happens, because like it just changed my whole life. Like
I remember
humor, everything. It just like everything changed.
I remember like I didn't have cable, so I would always spend the night at my friend's house, like down the street.
I never had
a type of deal, and just stay up all night watching Adult Swim.
Yeah,
it
was great.
Felt some type of way. Yeah,
Cartoon Network and then Adult Swim, right? It would like would like transition.
And Cartoon Network was
the shit.
Yeah,
for sure.
What is it about cartoons now? Cartoons are so ingrained. Like when we were kids, we like you just learn that cartoons are just like, yay, like cartoons are fun. I want to watch the cartoon, not the regular real person flesh movie.
I don't know, because you can really convey anything. You just have to use a voice.
Yeah,
that's it. And then sometimes one voice is multiple voices on a show,
or like one voice actor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because then they don't have to pay more people. They can just pay one person.
Yeah, but also just one person who's talented at voice acting will be able to do multiple voices.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I wish I could just be a voice actor.
That'd be really cool. That'd be fun.
I don't have a good voice, though.
That'd be great. I mean, we do to a certain extent. We're doing this.
Yeah, I don't know. Do I have a voice for radio?
Probably.
Not sure.
We both, if you would like force it, probably.
Yeah, is that what you do over time? You just develop a certain kind of voice.
Yeah, and then you have to find it. You have to go back and find it. The way that you did it, and then do it again.
And your wife just never looks at you the same. She's like, you're changing.
Yeah.
You're becoming who they want you to become. Mm-hmm. You're not the man I married. Yeah.
You want to take a break?
Yeah.
For a second?
Let's do it. The systems in place in RPGs, they make sense to me. They're intuitive. Like, you have just a certain framework that you level up within. Like, there's clear instructions on how you get better at certain skills. And then it's all tracked and it's all regulated. Like those frameworks make sense. Have always made sense to me. And like when you think of something like a to-do list is almost like, I don't know, a quest in an RPG or something.
Yeah.
Like it's a series of tasks that you check off,
chores,
to then complete something. And you know, I hate like the whole world of productivity and self-help and all of that stuff. Like, it's super cringy to me.
Yeah.
It always has been. It's always like turned me off from it. But then actually trying to get my life in order, you have to dip your toes into that world. Like, I mean, I don't know if people, their parents tell them how to like organize and handle their life and their obligations and everything. I feel like I didn't learn that. Like, I had to learn that stuff as an adult. Like,
I'm still struggling to learn that.
I feel like a lot of people are.
Yeah.
And especially in our generation and age group. But I mean, I've picked up various things, but what I've come around to having is just like a system of projects that I'm working on, and then a system of just notes or references or things that I keep around that I might need or sometimes look back on and stuff like that. But most recently, I was thinking about this, just the RPG framework, and you know, I've been I've been doing a lot of different things lately, kind of consistently. I mean, being in school and like learning how to code, and then working on side projects, and then applying to jobs, and that's just like kind of obligations in one area. Let alone like the tooth, making music and other things I'm trying to do, and also just having fun, hanging out with my friends, or doing this podcast. Like, so going through all of that madness, organizing all of it, like I've had all of these different like planning systems and stuff like that I've iterated through and tried. And most recently, I tried to just like completely gamify all of it.
Like turn everything in real life that you're doing into like side quests and main quests.
Just basically, I put it not side quests and main quests. I put it into a format of basically a character that I created. That is, and I even put it at the top, like for like me, I'm the character.
Yeah,
it's human, and then it says level. And there's like an amount of experience. And then I defined all of these things. I defined like main core attributes. And
so you made your own RPG.
Other things. And I just like,
life?
I track, like if I'm doing the things
That's
I need
cool.
to do every day, I'm adding up experience in these certain
What level
categories.
are you at?
2 or 3. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure you just made, or not just made it, but
I
like
started
made
it like a month ago.
Hey man, that's pretty.
As an
the
experience.
grind is real,
And it's
Grind
just
is real.
well,
so wait, what is the leveling up experience like? Do you have a system in place to like quantify like, okay, if I do this thing, I get this much experience, or is it that deep yet?
Yeah, no, it is. So like I have these. There's just base experience, which adds to my base level, and then I've got these core attributes.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you a few of the core
Okay, yeah.
attributes. I'll tell you a few of them because now I'm embarrassed. But
No, don't be. It's cool.
no,
I think
mean,
it's sick.
It's nerdy.
No,
and
but
I know
you
that,
could,
and I'm
dude.
not
You could
ashamed.
literally mess with that though and transfer that into an actual game one day.
Well,
like, or not even a game, but that could be. No, I've never heard of that. So I mean, I don't think you should be embarrassed. That's pretty intuitive and pretty.
I think people have tried to do
really
stuff like this.
Oh, well,
like
and I'm ignorant to it.
Make
so, I mean, it's
formats or like note taking
I'm sure people-
systems that are
yeah,
an RPG. But I wanted to make one that made sense to like me and what I had set up.
Maybe, yeah, I need to try that. That's a really good idea. You shouldn't
I
be
don't know.
embarrassed about it, but
But
I want to
I'll-
hear what some of. Yeah, I want to hear what some of the.
Yeah, so like a core. I'll read.
Yeah,
I'll pull it
yeah,
up
yeah,
and
do
I'll
that.
read how I've defined.
I'm
how I've
sure.
defined
Yeah,
some
I'm
of
sure
these.
people do that a lot. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. I've heard of people talk, just like people talk about this idea like gamify your productivity. And once again, this falls into the cringy like self-help world that I don't like. But for me, I'm just like, I'm pragmatic and I'm like, okay, I am, I got to get stuff done. This framework of organizing things and quantifying things, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But also, it's like wrestling with the problem of a lot of things in life, especially like a lot of hard things, that you don't get consistent feedback. Like we, as humans, we want consistent feedback that like we're making progress or that we're getting better. But a lot of things are just a grind where you grind every day and you don't necessarily get feedback that, oh, you're doing so good or that you're getting better at the thing or anything like that. But nonetheless, it like on the other side of that time period where you have no feedback, once you get on the other side of it, maybe you break through to a whole new level. And, that's what it takes, like, just to do hard things in general. Like you're confronting yourself.
Yeah.
And so this made sense to me that like, well, this is a way of quantifying that. Like I'm getting, even though it's all made up and the points don't matter and none of this stuff matters.
But
it's
it
still,
does ultimately.
Yeah, it's like an
Because
inner scorecard.
you're improving your life. So I mean, I would argue that it ultimately is the best type of point system or video game or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
like it's improving your life slowly. So
So I've got here, I'll just tell you a few of these. Vitality is one, and I define
Okay.
vitality as measure of bodily health, energy, diet, sleep, flexibility, and clarity.
there you go.
And, it's just, and then another one is focus, and where is that? Focus is just like mostly doing either like sitting down and doing one thing for a long time, or just like doing responsibilities like shit I literally don't want to do.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my taxes.
Yeah.
It's a perfect example. Like I will now when I'm planning my day, I'll say like, okay, I'm going to work on my taxes for like, and then I define time amounts. So like 30 minutes is basically one unit of time. And so I might say like, okay, I'm going to do my taxes today. It's going to be 2 units of time maybe that I work on it today. And that'll give me points towards focus. And, those 2 units just times, it's just 50 points per unit is all I do. And then it adds up. And then like the levels go up. And then I have just what I call bounties. And these are just things that I want or things that I've thought about. Most of them are to do with actual improvements in my life, not just like, a giant jar of gummy bears or something like that. It's like new workout clothes. But it also might be like a new computer monitor, which, I kind of need. It would kind of be more productive.
You
but
have
also,
your items, your backpack, and then you have your, what's inside your backpack, and then you have your closet, which is your clothes. And I'm thinking of this as a video game now.
Oh.
I'm thinking of Austin.
Oh
the
yeah,
video
no,
game.
yeah, like an inventory.
Yeah,
almost.
inventory and all that.
No, and there's plenty. Yeah,
I would play this game.
There's ways to branch out and to add more and to quantify more. Like I've thought about also like how do I bring my diet more into this? Because like I kind of have a loose diet, which is basically just a few rules that I stick to. And like, how do I quantify that? How do I, and this is all, once again, it's like an inner scorecard. It's just like an inner way of me saying like, I've been tracking myself. And so I know I'm a person with a lot of focus because my focus is at this level and I've tracked it and I know I've put in the raw amount of time. And, it's just a nerdy framework to just kind of, track my day-to-day activities and projects. And, like I've always been lazy and bad and stupid at like most everything. At least that's how I felt. That's what the impression I got, the feedback I got from the world, like from school and all of that. And, I feel like I'm just over the last few years getting a hold of at least getting a few things done, doing a few hard things, getting on top of adult shit.
Now I'm about to make a D&D character for myself.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
basically what it is.
Just mess with translate all of their abilities and whatever into real world.
Okay, well here was the idea that I guess kind of the philosophy too is that like I have these main attributes like I told you, like focus is one, vitality is one. Like another one is high agency, which is just like how I want to do things, which is just basically to say like I want to just do things. Like when I want to get into something, I'm going to get into it. When I'm not happy about something, I'm either going to I'm going to take control of it if I can or just accept it. And but anyway, like the core attributes are like they're goals without an ending, or it's like there's no end to them. There's no finishing. So they're at the top of the hierarchy. There's no finishing being having vitality. It's just like it's a never-ending game. And then everything below the attributes are things with ends. So like below attributes, I have like, a goal, which I only ever have one goal at a time. Like that's something like a goal or a desire. And then I'll have like projects, like other things. Like this podcast is a project. So there's certain things that, I have a responsibility over and blah, blah, blah. So like everything falls under the hierarchy of just like, these are the values that this is how I want to feel. This is what I think is good. This is kind of who I want to be. So everything has to, I guess be adding to that or be reflecting that.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty, I'm pretty embarrassed.
No, don't
right
be
now.
embarrassed. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. Maybe I mean that I'm definitely going to take from that and imply some of it to my life. I'm
fun.
sure other people will too.
I mean, if you're the type of person that
I'm sure people
likes
already
to take
have too,
notes
and
or
they're
journals.
They're probably like stoked to hear someone else talking about it as well.
See, and we're already. It's also for me. It's like it's breaking the fourth wall because I'm trying to do all of these things, and what am I trying to say? Okay, like I'm trying to do things I enjoy, first of all. But there's a lot of what we do in life it's a bunch of hierarchies. It's a bunch of games. Like I'm trying to be a developer or whatever and make apps that people like.
Yeah.
That's a game. Like it's a game, and to be able to see outside of it and just accept that that's what it is, or being productive, or having, upkeeping good friendships, like friendships that are meaningful, that are give and take on both sides. Like it's kind of a game. And that's not to say that like, oh, everything's a game, so everything's pointless. Mm-hmm. That's not what I mean, but it's kind of just like understanding that, like, I don't know, you can make kind of general rules for a lot of things and just think about it inside of a box, so then you can step away from it. And that's the purpose why. It's not the way I view everything, but it's just like, it's to step away from it all and be like, okay, these are all a bunch of games. Here I am, I'm Austin, I'm a character, I'm a human. Like, what is this? What do I want? Like, what am I trying to get to? Like, what am I trying to do on this big, long game that I only have so much time? And just like stepping away like that, I don't know, brings some
Maybe
kind
I
of
could
clarity.
finally like put agility down as something and try and jump like twice the amount. that I
Go
could
do
jump.
some parkour.
Yeah, just like look at the world in that way, and then next thing you know, I'm jumping like 7 feet.
There's
Got
like
6 foot vert, bro.
we were. I don't remember if you were here. We were watching the parkour videos, and there was like that Russian Justin Bieber looking kid.
Maybe, I don't know, but I've seen enough parkour videos to probably know what you're talking about.
And he's like the most extreme. Like he loves to go to the tallest buildings.
Oh yeah, no, that stuff was called being fucking dumb. I think. I don't know if that was parkour.
Well, dude,
They're
his
just
agility
hanging off of like buildings and stuff.
His agility is over 9,000.
Yeah,
Like
apparently his fucking stupid ass is. Sorry, I'm gonna stop.
No.
I don't
I
even know
mean,
where I was
he's
going with that.
he's.
I wanted to see more of like running down staircases, running away from security, running on walls. Doing more flips and little twirls, and not just like riding a skateboard to the edge of like 100-story building. And then
his stuff is to specifically
with dubstep
like
music in the background with like clouds going overhead. I'm good.
yeah. I mean, his stuff was a specific type of thing, but
Yeah.
But just agility, that's a direction you can go. You can over-index and be a super agile character.
Yeah.
That's a
I
thing.
ain't talking about that agility though. I'm just talking about like jumping. Just jumping. I can jump. If a car, hey man, I'm walking on the highway. I ran out of gas. Put the hazards on. I got to go back, walk about a mile up the highway. Car comes just veering off the highway. Fucking their left tire flew off of their car, hit another car. That car spun out, is about to come to me. I can jump 6 feet in the air. Just whoa. I could feel
Did you hear
it.
that?
Barely
6 feet.
That's where I want to be. So in that moment, now guess what's going to happen?
What?
In 3 years, that exact scenario is going to happen, and I'm going to get hit because I can't jump 6 feet. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I got distracted because I was thinking about I've seen like 11 videos of of Chads trying to like jump
over cars.
Yeah, like one of their friends has a super flat car, like a Lambo or whatever. And they like drive it really fast in the parking lot. And there's a bunch of girls.
And they just clip the shoes, so they're just
yes, they just flip sideways. Oh, that's a classic. I mean, but no. Also, there's videos of people do it successfully. It can be done. You know,
I want to
but-
see videos of them of cars trying to go under semis and failing. I wonder if that's a thing. That could be deadly. I don't want to see
Yeah.
that actually. But the thought of it is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
That's
They
cool
probably do that in
to
James
do that.
Bond.
Yeah. It's only a movie thing, but I want to see some. I've always thought.
yeah, you're watching too many movies, man.
No, I've been next to too many semis with my short ass car. And I've
Oh
been
yeah.
like,
Beck just cruise under there.
I can't do it. It's too tall. But there's some cars that are shorter than mine.
Okay, I wonder if people will like, you know how people can do near Assassin's Creed esque like acrobatics and climbing on walls and
Yeah.
like jumping from things, and that's basically parkour. But like, I wonder if it's viable to like use those skills to like actually rob people.
I'm
Like-
sure it happens.
I mean, to some degree, like maybe you can get away with it, but like, could a group of people who consistently like invest in those skills, and they're investing in those skills, so they need to pay off. Like, is that a viable?
I'm
way,
sure that
like,
exists.
a sustainable group.
I'm sure that exists.
I don't know. It's
somehow.
Maybe. Like there's the stories of like the groups of like young kids in like certain big cities like Rio de Janeiro or whatever who are like really slick thieves and pickpockets.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that exists.
Dude, you imagine once you've got bionic limbs or stuff like that.
Then I could
that shit
jump
could
6
really really take off.
Yeah.
And the industry could really.
I don't know if I would ever get that though. I think I'm personally feel like I'm too integrated in the generation
Luddite.
before technology that I would just like I'm gonna die with nothing in me. No electronic shit in me.
I don't know. Like I could use some new eyes. Like my eyes aren't the best. I'm not too attached to them.
Maybe I could use a new
I mean-
heart after the chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep on, you're gonna have to
need
reverse
a
what you're
bull's
saying
heart,
if you want
man.
to live,
I need a pig heart.
or just a 3D printed silicone heart. You know, it's like transparent, and you have an app. You can like check the temperature and overclock it like your PC.
Running
You're
kind of
like,
hot today.
Yeah, I'm about to run a marathon, so just get
That would
ready,
be
get
kind of
pumping.
sick. You don't need you wouldn't need like caffeine anymore. You could just be like, all right, let's crank this shit up, and you're just like go go
Yeah.
go 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 go. Like
But also certain people, like crazy meditators, like people who have been meditating for decades.
That's true. Can just control that shit.
They can do that. And I'd also saw a documentary about this type of person. What do you call this type of? It's just like a spontaneous genius. When someone becomes a spontaneous genius in the middle of their life due to a head injury. I forgot what it's called, but this specific man was a very regular person, like kind of actually a partier and a little bit of a alcoholic, and got hit over the head at a bar, and basically begin to like hear and see shapes in a way that he hadn't before, and was just like couldn't explain it to anyone, and it was just a totally new part of his conscious every moment day-to-day experience. And as he began to like draw this stuff and try to like express it and visualize it, he realized that he was like re-deriving algebra from first principles and like re-deriving like mathematical shapes and objects in the real world, and he was like seeing them in some like mathematical
Wow.
sound, shape, or format,
Yeah.
in just like some strange way, and has now gone on to be like a mathematical genius.
No, I mean
Basically.
there's a lot of accounts of that happening to people, or like them knowing a different language or something like that after getting a head injury.
But
or
he
like-
himself, he also additionally he can control his heartbeat.
Oh, okay.
Like
That's
on
insane.
top of that stuff, which that's why it's an interesting thing either way. But like that's why I
Yeah.
thought about the heart thing is like that's another way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
you can go, you can go sit in a cave and meditate. You can go get in a bar fight and get bashed over the head in the perfect spot. Or you can just go to Skynet and get their 3D printed heart for only you know, $19,999.
Yeah, 99
cents.
cents. Yep. Get them while they're hot.
Yeah.
On Friday, there's a sale. $18.99.99 with interest on payments.
10 payments of $99.99.
Yep.
99.
99.
You know the commercials where they have to say another 99.
I like
or
the
like the phone number.
I really like commercials where they have to talk really fast. But I know they always just sped them up, but I always thought that people were just like, usually it's also the warning for like drugs, like pharmaceutical drugs.
Oh, yeah, because they don't want you to.
But like words.
Yeah.
But it's like that fast.
That's true, man. They're trying to play with us with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't like it one bit.
Not one bit. What's in these pills? This is going to quickly turn into a...
You know how they're always... This is talking about advertising again, which is just overplayed topic. But they're always like, are you feeling down? Well, try Clarify today. You should maybe talk to your doctor who has a financial incentive to sell you Clarify today.
Yeah. Dozapine could help you.
That's a cool name.
Oh, Dozapine reminds me of iDozer. That's another thing we could talk about in the future. We already talked about that.
Yeah, we already talked about talking about that.
Yeah, that's true. What time? We're at 1:30 right now. So
yeah, but
not the time 1:30, but no, we are at the time 1:30.
But it'll be different from the listener's point of view.
Yeah, that is. But yeah, I mean, iDozer could work for you for $7.99.99 if you tried right now. 99.
Just call 499.
Or get your 99 cents back if it doesn't work.
Yeah, man. iDozers actually, they used to try and sell them for like 99 cents.
Yeah, now I think it's like
$2.99.
Everything that was cool back then, like geocaching. Remember that?
It's still around, but I never did it.
It's hella expensive now.
Oh.
The app is like out the wazoo. And when it's out the wazoo, that's pretty
It's
crazy.
not in the wazoo
That's
anymore.
pretty crazy. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, man. People with their shit trying to charge too much money for software.
Mm.
I don't like it one bit.